As a previous ESL online teacher, I have some thoughts to share about what has happened in recent news in the ESL online community. But first, hello, my name is Kelsey from Teaching Online with Kelsey, and I typically don't do a video on Friday. Usually my videos are posted every Wednesday, but since this is recent news for the ESL community of regulations happening and maybe even your company shutting down and closing its doors, this is a pressing matter to talk about. And if you are an online teacher, you have come to the right place. So please make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell down below to be notified of a new video every Wednesday, and to also give this video a thumbs up to support my channel. So as of August 6th, 2021, there have been recent news of ESL online teaching companies that are almost on the verge of shutting down. It was reported yesterday, August 5th, that gogokid has decided to close its doors based off of China's new regulation system in terms of how children get tutoring services, when they get it, who they get it from. There's a lot of that stuff going on that I'm still trying to fully understand, but there's a lot of online teachers that just teach ESL that there's a lot of thoughts of, am I going to have a job at the end of the day? So there are a lot of thoughts going on in your head of like, what's going to happen with these companies? What am I going to do about a job? Especially if teaching on one of those ESL online teaching companies is your sole income job. You may think that your job is in jeopardy. And so I think, like, I know for me as a previous ESL online teacher, I know that some of those news of like what's going on, like specifically in China, like can be confusing, and sometimes there can be messages lost in translation. So it's a lot of uncertainty in that in this time frame of like what's going to happen. So I think if you are an ESL teacher, that yes, if you still have your job right now, then work as much as you possibly can, but don't settle. The reality is, your company could be shut down tomorrow. And I previously worked with vipkid, and I know there was a statement in the Hutong that firmly believes that their company is not going to be shutting their doors anytime soon. They intend on being operational and in full business. And, that's great, and that's wonderful to hear. So if you work with vipkid, you may have a little bit of comfort there, but for companies like gogokid or magicears, gogokid decided to close its doors, and magicears and palfish and all sorts of other companies, they may be on the fence on whether they're going to continue or not. And the thing is, however these rules are going to unfold, like, we have no control over it. So, we very well may hear tomorrow that the company, all the ESL companies that's in relation to China are gonna shut down. So even though vipkid sounds really, really confident in not closing its doors anytime soon, you just never know, and it's just completely out of our control. And I think if you are currently an ESL teacher, I think the reality is we know that these companies are not going to last forever. They're not. They're, you know, and I mean, even for me as an OutSchool teacher, I know eventually, like, there may come a point that OutSchool may eventually close its doors. I mean, I would hope not anytime soon, because OutSchool is an American-made company. So I don't think I have any fear in that regards, but I know eventually, you know, these things are going to wear off, and there may be even more online teaching companies to go to, or there may be a whole brand new concept of teaching online that no one has ever really thought of before, you know. I mean, because we're always changing, we're always evolving. So just already act like, you know, everything is about to change. Your world is about to change, and that you need to, yes, seek out support for those that care for you and love you and are around you. Talk to them. All right, that would be the first thing I would do, is just share your thoughts, share your feelings about what's going on in the situation, you know, with the ESL world, and what you think you should do, and then maybe even ask, you know, them what they think you should do. And then the second thing is to keep your options open. You know, just because the ESL world might be closing its doors, that doesn't mean that other companies out there are closing their doors either. Like I said, I work with OutSchool. As far as I know, OutSchool's still going strong. As of 2021, I still have my camps. I still have other camps and other classes and clubs that I'm going to offer. They're going strong. So that might be something to consider, is to be an OutSchool teacher. And especially if you teach in America, like, you're going to have, you know, you'll be able to teach at more desirable hours. You can set your own rate. You can even teach what you want to teach. You don't have to teach ESL to any of the learners. So, although I would personally steer clear of teaching ESL with OutSchool, just because there are other ESL companies within other countries aside from China. So that is also another option that you can look into as well. I'm sorry, my dog is scratching really loud. I have 2 dogs, and they're very, very loud, and I'm doing this in one take. So here we go. Yeah, so, and I don't mean to sound brutal, that you know, anticipate your company closing down and go ahead and start looking for other jobs. I mean, because that could very well be your reality tomorrow, or next week, or 2 weeks, or next month from now. And if you do rely on ESL as your sole income, you know, and these companies shut down, you know, I don't want you to be in trouble. I don't want you to be like, oh no, how am I going to feed my family? How am I going to keep my house? How am I going to pay all these bills? So I don't want you to be in that predicament. So I think do what you can for now, and seek out others if you need to talk things out with other people. I really hope my scratching is not that loud to you guys. I'm really, really sorry. My doggies decided to be really, really itchy. Work as much as you possibly can. All right, and I would go ahead and start looking at other options. And if you are curious about OutSchool, I will leave my OutSchool link down below for your teacher application. And then I have several other videos related to OutSchool to help with your OutSchool process. And then just send me an email letting me know that you are interested in being an OutSchool teacher, and that I can help you out in that process too. And so that way we can get the ball rolling for you to teach on OutSchool in case your respective ESL company decides to close its doors. You have a backup plan. It's always good to have a backup plan under these interesting circumstances that are happening here. And so in the end, though, whatever ends up happening with these companies, and whether you decide to teach for a different online company or you decide that you're just going to ditch online teaching altogether and just do something completely different, whether that be just another brick and mortar job or another online job, that sort of thing, you know, in the end, it's going to work out. It's going to be okay. And a lot of times, like, if these sort of circumstances happen, you know, they happen for a reason. It's not just because whatever, like, there's something going on, and that it's really going to benefit you later in life. If that's anything that I've learned in my life personally through, you know, trials and circumstances, and that is that there's usually a reason why that thing is happening. All right, so my dogs are getting really, really loud. Those are my thoughts that I want to share with you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell for future videos, and I will see you next time.